Right, it is snowing out there. You probably did not need me to tell you that. I know, breaking news into the 9 News Weather Center. It is snowing outside, really across the entire Denver area. That'll continue over the next few hours. And by the way, you might be wondering why I have my handy-dandy phone out, and that is because, as always, I take your comments and your questions. Well, I won't take your comments as long as they're nice. I'll take your comments, but I'll take your questions as well. Here's a look at what we can expect here as we head over the next couple of hours. Snow, well, let's make that past tense. Developed this afternoon. Highest totals will be west and south of Denver, and then the weekend's going to be gorgeous. So, hey, that's the good news. Is if you like the snow, I know a lot of us like it. I'm kind of indifferent, but it's neither here nor there. If you don't like the snow, the weekend will be fantastic. I'll show you which day will be really, really nice here in just a second. Winter weather advisory, and this is important, all kidding aside. If you're heading up here into the mountains and it is Friday, I know a lot of you probably heading up with that ski traffic here on your Friday night. Folks, if you can, push that back till tomorrow morning and you will thank me later. It is going to be nasty out there. It is going to be nasty heading west. Now, downtown Denver, what we're seeing right now, in fact, our newest meteorologist, Keely Chalmers, and I were just taking a look outside, and it looks gorgeous right now because that snow is just kind of on the grassy surfaces, it's on car tops, and it's not on the roads. The roads right now are just wet in Denver, so it looks here in Denver like a low impact event. You head just west of town, you head into the foothills, not only is it colder, which means it's sticking to the roads, it is also going to be snowing much more heavily as you head on up into the foothills. So don't be fooled by the fact that we're not seeing a ton of snow here in downtown Denver today. It is going to be snowing heavily in the foothills, so if you're heading on up for that ski traffic, if you can, don't. But if you have to, take it extremely slowly and give yourself lots, and I mean lots of extra time. And I can tell you that firsthand because I gave my mom that same advice today as she's on up by Arapahoe Basin. Seeing some of that snowfall filter its way through the I-25 corridor right now. We've seen that kind of develop over the last hour or so. That snow will continue to push its way off to the south, and I think as it does do so, we're probably here in Denver, probably seeing the heaviest snow from this event right now here in central Denver. So here at about 12:32 on this Friday. Again, our heaviest snowfall falling right here in downtown Denver as we speak. It should lighten on up in downtown as we head over the next few hours. But again, the thing I'm trying to get across to everybody is going to be very different in the foothills and the divide compared to what we're seeing here in downtown. Closer look in here. Again, we're seeing that snow, and in fact, seeing some pretty heavy bursts. That would be up by Brighton, Broomfield. You head east here by DIA, and looks like here into kind of even Federal Heights, seeing some of the heavy snowfall, and that's trying to filter its way south into downtown. So again, don't be too stunned if you get a quick dusting or even an inch or so of snow out of this over the next hour or two. But then as we head by about 2 o'clock, we're going to get those northeasterly winds kind of shove all that snow and all that moisture up against the Palmer Divide and up against the mountains here, and that is going to lead to that heaviest snowfall, mainly being confined to areas just west and south of downtown Denver. So again, downtown, we've got an hour or so of this kind of lightish, maybe moderate at times snow, and that may put down as much as an inch once all is said and done. West and south of downtown, that's where we're going to see that really heavy stuff kind of pick on up in intensity as we head through the next few hours. And then by about 1 o'clock or so in the morning, it's all done, but we do have some pretty heavy snow up until then. And I'm telling you here, folks, there's going to be a couple of bullseye totals out here in the western foothills. And that's why I made this handy-dandy graphic, or put in that little box there, say 6 inches possible into the western foothills. I wouldn't be stunned if somebody comes up with 8, 9, 10 inches out of this up by, say, Eldora. In fact, I think Eldora will do a little better than 5 inches. Evergreen, west side of Morrison, Idledale, Bailey, Confer, 285 could do pretty well out of this one, but unfortunately, again, that's going to mess up that ski traffic. The Gap, we'll see some snow out here as well. So if you're heading from Denver to Colorado Springs or vice versa, we will be looking at some of that snowfall. Again, downtown Denver, notice a difference here. Foothills, mid to upper 20s, downtown, low to mid 30s. So the roads will be mainly just wet here in Denver. It's a low impact event from I-25 on east, and really throughout most of the immediate Denver area. I'd call that kind of Wheat Ridge, Arvada, east side of Arvada, Wheat Ridge, east side of Golden. Again, within the C470 loop, I think this is a pretty low impact event overall with mostly wet roads. And again, lightish accumulations. You head just west of there, and it's a very different story. So again, kind of a tale of two cities here for your night tonight from this event. So tonight, temperatures drop back into the low 20s. Snow does end And we got some of those flakes still sticking around. Lows for tonight, single digits and teens for us, generally speaking, in the mountains, 20s and 30s along the eastern plains. Tomorrow, look at this, 44 for us here as we head into your day tomorrow. It's very different. And our average high for this time of year, by the way, is 45. So tomorrow when we're up to 44, we're basically smack dab where we should be for this time of year. It's mainly on the sunny side. And those winds light. So a pretty nice day shaping up for your day tomorrow. And I'll show you Sunday here in just a second. I thought I had that graphic next, but I didn't, because Sunday is really, really nice, but we'll get to that in just a second. Sunshine abound. That's what I kind of want to get across to you is Saturday and Sunday. We're seeing a lot in the way of sunshine. Forecast highs for your day tomorrow, 40s, 50s along the eastern plains, and 30s and 40s for us here into the mountains, generally speaking. Slide up to 50, though. Not bad at all for you. All right, there it is. I was waiting to show you that. Look at Sunday, 53 degrees. I mean, you know, that's perfect for, in my opinion, you know, kind of 1, 2 o'clock when it's peak sunshine, it's 53 degrees, the winds won't be all that bad. I think it's okay to have, you know, favorite beverage or whatever it is outside, 1, 2 o'clock, and lunch, whatever it is you want to do outside, 1, 2 o'clock on your Sunday, looks great. Monday, Tuesday, though, not so great. It is still January after all, and it's going to feel like that Monday and Tuesday. More on that in just a second. Some of that snow. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, temperatures pick back up. And something I kind of mentioned at about 11 o'clock earlier on this morning is this is a very typical January pattern for us here in Denver along the Front Range. And I know that might be a little bit misleading because of the fact that you think about January, it's the heart of winter, kind of the dog days of winter, so to speak, and you tend to think about snow and cold. Here in Denver, of course, we tend to alternate a lot. You get those winds out of the west, they downslope, they warm, and you know, voila, next thing you know, you're talking about temperatures in the 50s and even low 60s, and sometimes we get these quick little waves of 1 to 2 inches of snow. That's exactly what we're looking at here over the next few days. So, you know, one day like today, an inch or two of snow, then it warms back up, then an inch or two of snow, warms back up. This is classic, and I mean classic January weather here in the Denver area. So speaking of Monday and Tuesday, we do get some snow in here, but I'm not too impressed by the system. I would call it no big deal, maybe an inch or two for us. We'll have to see if that leads to disruptions for the Tuesday morning commute. Some of the computer models are trying to make it a bit more disruptive. I'm not buying it at this point. I don't think this is going to be more than an inch or two here in Denver. Maybe some spots, again, the foothills and divide. We are looking at closer to 3, 4, 5 inches. Most of us, again, not that big of a deal. It's a quick hitter, and it's on out of here. So I'll leave you with that 7-day forecast. I'm going to step out of the way and take a look at your questions and hopefully very, very nice comments because I love those. But let's take a look here at what we can, your comments and questions. And hopefully it's not just how much snow at my house questions, but let's take a look at those. And got 11 comments, so I'm kind of flipping through those, so I apologize for that. And Christopher asking about that next snow ahead here. Again, Monday, Tuesday, we'll get some snow. It's just not that big a deal. I wouldn't fret about this one. This is not going to be some sort of epic blizzard or anything like that. It's an inch or two, I think, here in town. Stephanie saying you're an Uber driver and you have to work tonight. Stephanie, my advice would be if you can stay closer into town, it will be better. One thing to also remind you of is that it will be icy on the roadways. So right now, because it's the middle of the day and temperatures at or above freezing, we are seeing mostly wet roadways, but that water will refreeze tonight. Temperatures drop back into the 20s tonight. So just keep that in mind. That's something worth noting. Thank you, Dave. Very kind comment as well. And Roberta asking, what kind of snow is this? It's a wet snow because we are looking at temperatures right around 32 degrees. So if we get enough accumulation out of this, let's say we get an inch or two of snow, it's that kind of snow that's going to be heavy and you're going to kind of want to snowball with. It's that great snowball kind of weather. So David asking me to wish his wife a happy 40th birthday. That is done. Happy 40th, Laura. That is awesome. Congratulations. And Andrew, Monument could get 2-3 inches out of this one. So hopefully that helps you out. And getting a lot of kind comments. So I really appreciate those. And thank you all for joining us here on 9 News Watch. So again, big emphasis. You're heading up into the mountains. You're heading up into the foothills tonight. That's where it's nasty. Here in Denver, low impact event. Watch for a little bit of ice tonight and a little bit of snow during the day today. Hopefully it's giving you a pretty good summary. I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and have a great rest of your day.